Hey guys, welcome back. Ricky here. Alright, so today I am sharpening another one of my friend's knives, and this here, I don't even know what it is. It's called MSE. That's the kind of logo on this knife. I have no idea what MSE stands for. And it's a paring knife. This truly is a $1 knife. I wouldn't pay anything more than $1 for this knife. And it's got these massive chips all along the cutting edge, especially here on the tip. So I'm going to try to do the initial cutting on the Sharpening Pro 320. A lot of folks have asked me if this can be used to reprofile a knife, and I really don't know the answer to that. So today, hopefully, I will find out. It might be a little bit slower than obviously the 120 stone and the Otoma, but we'll see if this actually works as a reprofiler or really just to fix chips with. And then after that, I'll go to the Sharpening Pro 1000. And I'm pretty much going to stop there. Depending on how the edge is, I may go up to a higher grit stone just for stropping. But my two primary stones will be the Sharpening Pro 320 and the 1000 today. Alright, so I'm not going to talk too much. This is not a tutorial, so we're just going to go right into the sharpening. And let's see what we can do. Yeah, this chip here is actually quite large, so I'm gonna move to a coarser stone. So I'm gonna go to the Diamond 140 and start on that. Then I'll hop on the 320 to clean up the scratch pattern, and then I'll go to the 1000 because this chip is actually bigger than I initially thought it was gonna be. Again, I'm not going directly into the stone at 90 degrees or perpendicular. I'm simply going at a 45-degree angle. That takes off enough material to grind the knife down, but also it's not so fast that I lose control of the sharpening process. Okay, I'm going to go back and forth a couple times. Okay, so the 140 made really quick work of that massive chip. So now I'm actually gonna just basically reprofile the knife. The bevel there is no bevel in this knife, at least no primary cutting bevel. So I'm gonna give it one. Okay, spend a few minutes just grinding down the sides. Okay, so the scratch pattern is quite coarse on this stone. But just want to make sure I remove any sort of chips or microchips on the cutting edge. Okay, so you can see here that most of the chips are gone. There's just some minor imperfections that the 320 should be able to handle. Okay, so now I'm going to switch stones. has a massive amount of just build up on the tip of this knife here, which is really interesting. I've never seen that before. And it's almost like it's magnetic for some reason. So I'm gonna get a piece of draw a piece of wood here. Go on the grain end. Yeah, it's really interesting. Never seen that happen on a knife. There's all these kind of metallic flakes that's collecting on the tip of this knife, and kind of distorting my vision of it, my view of it. Hopefully that takes care of that. Again, still happening here. You can really bizarre. It's almost like the metal flakes are kind of just refusing to let go of the knife. And it makes viewing the tip actually really difficult. Let's see here. See all that? This was just collecting on the very tip of this knife, and just it would feather when I put my hand on it. It was really bizarre. Okay, so we've gotten rid of all the major chips or microchips. Now we're just simply gonna reset the bevel, give it a nice cutting edge again. Yeah, being that this knife is so soft, it sheds a lot of material, but what it does is, I don't know if it's the composition of the metal, of the steel, it just seems to cling on to each other. All the particulates just don't want to just fall off the knife. It makes it really difficult to see what you're actually doing. You see here, the tip's completely black, and even if you pull with your fingers, you can't get those metallic flakes off unless you pull it on a towel or something. But anyways, that's just how the knife is. I'm not a chemist or a material scientist, so I can't really tell you what's happening. All right. So you can tell just by sharpening this knife, it's not going to get very sharp. Just the steel, the quality of the steel is, there is no quality of steel. You're just going to hope that, you buy a simple knife like this, you use it for a little while for emergencies, and that's really about it. But yeah, not a knife I would recommend. So stay away from WSE knives or MSE knives. Okay, so now I'm just gonna clean off the edge. Okay. Yeah, this thing is really difficult to work with. The burr won't come off the edge, and it's just really difficult to see. Normally I don't have this issue with any knives, but yeah, really interesting experience today. think. I'm going to move on to the 1000 at this point. Okay. Alright, so here's the Pro 1000. See, again, you can see there's just so much load up that holds on to the tip of this knife. Alright. Okay, so this is another thing that's really frustrating on this knife. There is technically not a bolster on this knife, but this drop right here, it just comes way down, and the cutting edge actually stops about a half an inch, almost like 3/4 of an inch in front of where the handle meets the knife. You actually don't know that, and it's actually quite difficult to stop the knife at this point. And yeah, so this knife is just designed really poorly. So let's just see if I can get a good cutting edge here, despite the design of the knife. You can see how the flakes are kind of collecting. But watch, look at this. See how it's all actually running towards the knife like it's magnetized? That is so bizarre. Like literally, this knife is magnetized. Look. I'm just gonna run it and collect. You can probably collect all of the slur that's developing on the stone. Look at this thing. Look, it really is magnetized. That is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen on a knife. And so even when you put it in water, that a lot of the burr actually sticks onto the, or the metallic flakes just sticks onto the edge. Oh boy. I was not imagining the metallic magnetic behavior in the very beginning. I thought I was imagining things, but it's the knife. It's not me. Okay, let's see how is the edge now. Okay, so let's just count down my strop and see how we do. Okay, that was 12. Okay, that was 10. Now we're down to 8. Now we'll go 8 times. Okay. Now go 6 times. That's 4. We'll do 4 a couple times. Go 2. We'll go 1. Yeah, this knife is not achieving any sort of edge at this point. Now granted, this is a very coarse 1000 grit stone. For those who have used the Sharpening Pros in the past, you guys will know that. Yeah, this is just a really bizarre knife. Let's dry this knife off and see if the edge is any good. Okay, let's dry my hands off. Okay. Oof. Okay, well once you get the grain of the paper, it will cut, but this paper has got a lot of wet spots on it. Let's see here. Yeah, and this is just not a very good knife. And also, magazine paper is actually quite difficult to cut. Let's see if there's newspaper laying around. I thought I had some laying around here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not really happy with that. Let's throw it into a finer stone and see if we can achieve an actual cutting edge. Do something quick here. I'll just use my trusty Trocera 3000 and see how we do. So there's things all over the table here. Okay, so we're just gonna strop. Yeah, even on this stone, doesn't feel any good. Again, the profile is just not very good. Okay, so the stone is pulling off quite a bit of material, as you guys can see. Especially on the right side of the knife. Okay, let me turn the stone, see how it looks on the other side. Yeah, see the right side? There's a ton of material that comes off. Just the profile of this knife is really thick, so you can see that it's extremely thick from the heel all the way to the tip. It makes it quite difficult to sharpen. This knife is giving me a run for my money. It is possibly the worst knife I have ever touched. But let's see if we can cut something here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it will cut eventually. Yeah, I mean, this is just not a happy knife. Let's try something else. Ooh, this is embarrassing. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just can't, I just can't get this knife sharpened no matter what I do. What else can I do here? What if I were to sharpen the knife on the Trocera from start to finish? Let's see here. Look how much material is coming off of this knife. I mean, this is terrible. It just tells you how soft this knife is. I mean, I know the Trocera is a fast cutting stone, but man, I've never seen a knife shed like this before. Look at this. I mean, even though I've sharpened it, I think already, it's still, all this material is still coming off of the knife. I mean, this is unreal. Okay. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. If I don't get an edge now, oh well. Can you see the concentration in my face right now? I am really working hard to get an edge on this knife. But man, I've never had to work so hard for a knife, for an edge. Okay. All right, that's it. I am done. All right. Okay. All right. This is the moment of truth now. Can I cut anything? No. Okay. All right. Okay, well, it can finally cut, but man, that took a lot of work. Ooh. That's a big wet spot there. Goodness gracious. This is... Should I even post this video? Okay, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, well, no, this is not an edge. This is nothing I would want to cut with. And they took the absolute worst steel for this knife, and oh yeah. Okay, that was a nice cut, right in the center of the knife. Oof. No, that was a fluke. Yeah, I mean, the profile is just not the right. I mean, this knife was designed poorly from the very start. Everything from the built-in bolster, from the neck, this drop here. I mean, this was a disaster from the very start. I mean, sure, it's cutting, but man, no knife should be this hard to get an edge on. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, so, well, there it is. There you have it, guys. I have come to my wit's end, and that's the best I can do with this knife. So that's it. I give up. This knife got the best of me. Yeah, I really can't say anything else. No excuses. Okay, I couldn't get a really good edge on this knife, and this is the first on my show. Hopefully it will be the last. It probably won't be the last, but that is it. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.